Did you know that there are two versions of the movie The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? That's right, there are. And understanding the backstory helps us to know how the topic of following your inner spiritual guidance is missing from the second version of the movie. Now, Esther Hicks narrated and appeared in the original version of the movie The Secret, which was released in 2006. But she was edited out of the second version, but only after 200,000 DVDs had already shipped out. Jerry, Esther's husband, and Esther Hicks had been teaching the law of attraction for a long time. And then Esther Hicks started channeling Abraham around 1985. By 1988, Esther was channeling in front of groups at conferences as she and Jerry traveled the world. And even now, after Jerry's passing in 2011, Esther continues to travel around the world offering in-person conferences, online meetings, and group cruises. It was on one of these cruises that Rhonda Byrne filmed Esther explaining the law of attraction in 2005. Now, Jerry thought that the movie would be an uplifting, powerful step in helping people understand the law of attraction. So the film crew was set to interview other teachers as well, to create a whole collage of speakers. Some of the following prominent figures were in both versions of the film: Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, Dr. Joe Vitale, and Lisa Nichols. As I mentioned, once the film was completed, 200,000 DVDs were shipped out. But Rhonda Byrne had a problem with the marketing, and due to a contract that she had with Jerry and Esther, she delivered them an ultimatum: give up your intellectual property rights or be edited out of the movie. Now, Jerry and Esther chose to be edited out, feeling it was the path of least resistance for them. But this choice meant that the message of connecting to your inner being, your soul, was left out of the movie, which I believe is the most important part of manifesting. So if you only watch the second version of The Secret, you missed the entire idea that Abraham was bringing to the law of attraction message, that you have spiritual guidance from your inner being. This guidance is very important because it gives you feedback. If you are feeling joy, then you're in alignment with your inner being or your soul. If you're feeling anything other than joy, you're simply not in alignment. With this feedback, you can always know exactly where you are, and you can choose to raise your vibration and to feel better. Without this feedback, the second version of the movie is simply telling you to go be in joy, just get happy, but not really telling you how or why. Here's what Abraham has to say.
This is a secret that keeps on giving. The best part, and the most interesting thing about all of this, and this is the thing that is stunning from our broader non-physical perspective. The Secret movie tells a story about knowledge being suppressed. That's sort of the basis of The Secret, that there are laws and things that you have not been allowed to know. And we think that by taking Abraham and Jerry and Esther's part out of The Secret, they are doing the very thing again that they used as the basis for their movie. Because
indeed,
unless you put the non-physical part of it in, then you've left out the guidance. And when you've left out the guidance, then you'll just leave people out there to all kinds of other random experiences. No one really gets a bead on how to deliberately create.
Right.
When you're traveling from point A to point B in your vehicle, it's easy to know, just head in that direction and keep going and you'll get there. But there are all kinds of people who would like to go from sickness to wellness, or from a bad relationship to a better relationship, or from confusion to clarity, who haven't been able to quantify those journeys. And The Secret that there isn't a secret. Calling law of attraction a secret is like calling gravity a secret. Like if we don't tell them, they'll fall up instead of down. If we don't teach them about gravity, they might throw a baseball and it might just go off into outer space unless they know that there's gravity, and we say, that will never happen. Law of attraction abounds, and there's not a shred of evidence to the contrary of it. And the secret that has been suppressed is that you are source energy in physical bodies. That's the secret that is suppressed, even though everybody in the world is an extension of source energy. In other words, people don't keep the secret because they're trying to deprive you of it. They keep the secret because they don't think you're ready to hear it, you see. And there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Because a teacher, a really good teacher, understands where his student is. So,
Very interesting.
so really, the story of the secret is, I want to tell the world the secret to creating. But I see that the world isn't ready for the big story, so I'll just tell them the mini version, and then I'll call it a secret while I continue to keep the secret. That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I believe you and the world are ready for this message now. You are an infinite spiritual being having a temporary physical experience. When you tap into your higher mind, you have complete access to all knowledge. There is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. Now, there are many law of attraction teachers, including myself. We each share our unique experiences, and some teachers will resonate with some people and not others. And that's okay. I deeply resonate with Abraham's teaching and find them to be very uplifting. I too aim to uplift others by teaching what I know, what I've experienced, and how I've been able to achieve a life of joy and bliss, financial freedom, and abundance. I've learned how to apply the law of attraction and the law of assumption, and I want you to be able to apply it too, to your life. And I believe that it all starts with understanding and owning that we all create our own reality, whether we like the reality that we've created or not. In addition to teaching the law of attraction, I also do energy work on the soul and subconscious levels. This work allows me to be able to help people to overcome specific energetic blocks from their past that are preventing them from manifesting their heart's desires. But before I dive into my energy work, which I will explain further in another video, I want to be able to answer any questions that you might have about Esther and Abraham. Now, I mentioned that Esther channels Abraham, but I haven't explained it further because that's quite an interesting story. So stay tuned as I unravel how I was introduced to Esther and Abraham, why it made sense, and why I trusted them. Here's a sneak peek.
Many of you may not know that there is a secret behind the secret, and that for over 20 years, Esther Hicks and her husband Jerry have been spreading the word of that so-called secret. It's really not a secret because so many people have known it. They've been spreading the word of that to thousands upon thousands and thousands and thousands of people, teaching this art of allowing your natural well-being to come forth through the law of attraction and using the law of attraction to create a more purposeful life. It was based on her knowledge, she says, of this universal law, that she was invited to be a primary contributing expert on the secret. Esther Hicks was. Maybe you saw the original secret tape. The original secret tape, you're on that tape, Esther.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, welcome, first of all.
Hi. Thanks.
And so you're on the first tape, and until probably, last weekend I saw a tape and you were not on it. You were first on the tapes, and now you're not on the tapes. Can you tell us why you were on the tapes and now you're not on the tapes?
Please join me in the next video as we discuss how Esther came to channel Abraham, who Abraham is, and other channelers. And don't forget to hit subscribe to receive your notification. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.